Hello and welcome to the double Game Week 24 preview! Yes, we will get into the double game week. I will give you my biggest tip and we will get into it. But first we have the Game Week 23 review. Watford, Madrid, Cristiano Dini. What's going on here, lads? Dini putting in a Spursy performance himself and bottling the penalty to make a very exciting 0-0. Where Tottenham were this close to scoring in the 93rd minute. Literally, me trying to get into the top 100k. My captain with a penalty. Arteta's Aubameyang-less Arsenal managed to get 1 point against the Sheffield of the Uniteds, where both teams could have won it, but they didn't, so they shared the UNO points. Brighton Villa was actually a really close and good game, but I think Danny Drinkwater has been Danny Drink Beer lately with his performances. What is he doing? Ending 1-1 year for another draw. Man City versus Bogies FC. Palace always turn into Man City themselves against City, where they were very close to winning it until Aguero decided to give Pep a nice birthday cake with 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. But then Fernandinho grabbing the cake and slam dunking it on the floor, scoring an own goal in the 90th minute to make it a whoop-de-doo. Another draw. God, I haven't seen this many draws since the last time I was in IKEA. Norwich Bournemouth. Now this game was a game. It started with Callum Wilson having a shot on target for the first time in like 6 weeks. Then Steve Cook turning into Prime De Gea in goals with a great save. But the only thing he might have actually saved was Norwich's chance of surviving, basically giving them a win with now only 10 men. But Godfrey felt bad eventually, so got himself a red card to, even the game out. With it then finishing 1-0. Well, hey, not a draw. Southampton Wolves. Now, as soon as you realise Ings didn't score, then you obviously know Wolves won. But it was actually very close, and it was a Raul Jimenez brace settling it, rewarding all the players that kept in. Well, hey. Bless you. West Ham Everton was a close one again, where they fancied the sound of a draw themselves too, so all of the draws, all of the 1-0s, all of the 1 points shared. Chelsea. Not knowing how to score goals again. They either score like 3+ or none. There's no in between, I swear. But a 94th minute goal right at the very end was also helped by Kepa having his butterfingers out, not saving it, but the game finished 1-0. Burnley with no win in 4 league games against the top Leicester team with Vardy fully back. What's going to happen? That's right, Burnley win, obviously. 2-1 Burnley, which is actually the big I like it. If you stare closely enough into Sean Dyche's head, you can see the disappointment on my face when Vardy misses a penalty. Finishing it off with the absolute Dons, the champions, but not yet champions, but definitely are going to be champions. Liverpool smashing United. Okay, it did only finish like 2-0 and the last goal was right at the end, but it could have genuinely been like 6-0 with all the chances. Every single player played so well for them, and wow, Liverpool finally winning the Premier League. Well done. I got a feeling it might take more than just a Gerrard slip for them to mess it up now, but there's still time. So my predictions were not that close at all really this week. But actually a lot of them were only like 1 or 2 goals off, so not the worst, okay? I can do better, I promise. And this is now how the table is looking. Liverpool extending their lead even more. Do you need to? Can you like just chill now? But I think the most exciting part just gonna have to be the relegation battle now, because a good team is probably going to get relegated, with all the good teams picking up points recently, apart from Bournemouth, so rest in peace, Bournemouth. But now, onto my team! With the average this week being 44 points, somehow. With the highest being just a little bit more than me, but my team scoring the absolute whopping, the big boy number, 52! Making my rank go up from 252k to 212,000th in the entire world, with my team looking like this. Now, all my decisions going my way this week, apart from the 0-point captain and also a 12-point scoring keeper on my bench, but apart from that, I'm pretty good. So Ryan in goals with 2 points started well, only conceded 1, and it was against my player, so maximum points. Wasn't complaining at all to start. And then Pope concedes early, everything's all good. I chose a right keeper. Until he goes on and makes 8 saves, one of them being a penalty save against my own captain. I like it! But if Vardy did score that penalty, Pope would have had the same amount of points as Ryan, so does that mean I'm still right? My double pool defence of Trent and Robertson do an absolute spank-tastic job again. Now, Trent was on for 2 bonus and Robertson for 1 right until the end, until Alisson had to assist Salah, which not only lost me 2 points in total, but pushed my rank down quite a bit just from the Salah. But with 16 points from 2 defenders, Can't really complain, can I? Finishing with me choosing Lundstrom over Sayuncu. That's the only good thing that came out of this Leicester defeat for me. So I am still the best at benching all of the right players, shut up Pope, for all of that one profit in points in defence. And moving on to midfield, we have Mane, who had an assist, but he was ruled out for VAR, and could have scored another 2 or 3, so close to all the points, but 3 for now is fine for him to, stack them up and get them all next week. Kevin De Bruyne! No points, lad. What are you doing? But even through the hard fixtures, he is to stay, he will stay, and he will get all of the points from staying. He is still and probably will stay the safest Man City asset, so I think he is the best option. Madison, next time you go get a 1 fade on your head, I might actually have to leave you in the hairdressers and out of my team. Actually, he's only had 1 goal or assist in the last 7 games, and Leicester just not looking up to scratch anymore. So, maybe not too good for you right now, Madison. Finishing the midfield with Jackler debut Grealish. He was the second of my transfers in this week, giving me a very nice 10 points already. I made the transfers of Ali and Bulldog out for Robertson and Grealish this week, and they've already netted me a profit of 12 points. So Man United, if you want some good transfer tips, some help making some transfers, I'm your guy. Finishing with Captain Vardy. Oh dear. Couple of chances to score, a penalty, and still 0 points. This is the big sad. He could have easily got a double-digit haul with the chances, but a 0-0 haul spoiling me and all the other managers that captained him. But at least I kept faith in the Mexican lad, Raul Jimenez. I said I would keep faith in him because Wolves just play better against the better teams. So I kept him, and he's rewarded me, scoring me 13 points. I like it for some, but not for me, because he got all the points for me. And that's actually his biggest haul of the season so far, so thank you, Jimenez. Very cool. Finishing with the not-so-daddy this week, Daddy Ings, 2 points for having a nice jog around in the pitch for 90 minutes, not doing much else, but you know what? I'll forgive you this time. Now, looking at this, 52 points isn't actually bad at all for a 0-point captain return and a bench 12-point keeper, so I'm pretty happy. But do you know what makes me even more happier? Double game weeks. So welcome to the Double Game Week 24 preview! Now obviously only Liverpool have 2 games this game week. Well, actually West Ham do, but does anyone actually have any West Ham players? But it means Liverpool and West Ham both have 2 games this game week, which means I've had to resize all of my graphics. How selfish of FPL. But first, let's go through my predictions, then I'll talk about my team and give you some big boy tips for the dull game week to do the best. Grealish versus Deeney first with the arm wrestle of the century. Watford are pretty damn good now, but Villa need to be getting them points, so a very close and intense not draw, 2-1 to Watford. Rest in peace Bournemouth versus Brighton. I really hope Bournemouth can turn it around. They are great. They're a great club, but they're not great right now. So Brighton win 1-0. Crystal Palace versus Southampton. Now, Southampton have been very good lately. They actually know, how to play football now. But they are versing the 80 million worth Zaha. So that's exactly why they're still going to win 2-1. Everton, Newcastle. Hard to say if Ancelotti is doing anything right now. Is he even there? But with even more injuries to Newcastle, what is happening? BBC sad news for them. But 2-1 to Everton, and I bet you Calvert-Lewin is just going to score again. Sheffield United, Man City. Now, even though the title race is over, Man City proper look free-flowing, scoring all the goals. They're scoring so many goals lately. They're even scoring own goals now. But I think they can win this 2-1. Won't be surprised if there's more for all of the Kevin De Bruyne points again. Chelsea, Arsenal. The battle of club legends. Wait, again, didn't they play 2 weeks ago? But Arsenal were quite unfortunate then, and Chelsea haven't been consistent, so could go either way. But Arteta to put David Luiz up front and get that 1-0 win. Then we move on to West Ham's first game of the double game week for them, and maybe lucky for them, it's against an out-of-form Leicester right now. You would say that Leicester would win this easily, but hard to say right now, so I'm going to go for a 2-2. Spurs, Norwich. I have no idea with Spurs really, do we? Don't know what's going to happen any game they do. I generally think there's more of a chance of Harry Kane's leg suddenly being fine than he plays than guessing the correct score with a Spurs game. Don't know what's going to go on, but 1-0 I'm going for. Man United, Burnley. A Man United team now without Rashford and are just really lacking depth, aren't they? So hard to say. They could easily go and win 4-0 because why not? But for Burnley's effort last week, I'm going to give them a 1-1 in this game. Then on to the big boy games, the ones that have actually been tickling my pickle for weeks since they were announced. I'm ready for this moment. 2 Liverpool games in 1 week. You know, the team that have won 21 games out of the 22 league games so far. Is there ever a better time to play a triple captainship ever? We'll get to that. Wolves-Liverpool could be a close one, though. With Wolves, you know, doing well against the better teams, but I can definitely see goals in this game, so I'm going to go for 2-1 Liverpool, easy. But then moving on to the one that is really twisting my nips right now, West Ham-Liverpool. Now, West Ham have been okay under Moise, but they haven't seen anything like this yet. West Ham are now the only team Liverpool haven't beat this season, and that's only because they haven't played them, so they're going to try so hard to beat them, because only for that reason, yeah. But I can see a proper smashing. I genuinely think it's going to be a lot, but not to be too biased towards my players and my potential triple captain, I'm only going to go for 3 for now. With my team, for the double game week, the first one of this season, with this. Now, I'll go through my players and then on to more things about the double game week. Don't worry, we'll get to it. So in goals, we have Ryan against Bournemouth, who actually can score to save a life. All their Premier League existence, apparently. Rest in peace, Bournemouth. So that obviously means a bench Pope against Man United will probably score more, but you know what, it's all good. Because in defence, we have the amazing dynamic duo themselves, Trent and Robertson. Liverpool have now kept 7 clean sheets in a row in the league. Insane numbers, where both of them are getting all the assists too. Now, unfortunately, one of their games is against Wolves, who do know how to score, especially against the high-pressing team, so I don't know if there will be 2 clean sheets, but they could be. Like, that would actually be so sexual if they had 2 clean sheets and all the possibility of assists and goals as well. Yes, please. Making my final defender, Sayuncu against West Ham at home. Maybe. This does mean benching Lundstrom, but it's against Man City. And you know what, Lords? I don't want to say it, but he hasn't actually had the best performances lately. Like, he could even be rested, so Sayuncu gets the nod for now. Moving on to midfield with Mane, and oh boy. But you know what, I'll get back to you, Mane. Kevin De Bruyne plays Sheffield United, where last game against them, he kind of scored 14 points. So Kev, lad, I will happily sell for that if you want to deliver that to me. Again, thank you, please. James Maddison is here, but you know what? I think he might be going. Leicester look a little off it, with maybe pressure and tiredness and all that rest kicking in. So I'm not too sure I kind of want triple Leicester right now. Now, their defence is weaker without Ndidi, but I think Sayuncu is still pretty good value, and I'm not in any rush to get out defenders, because I kind of have, like, Lundstrom as well. And I actually can't get rid of top banger Jamie Vardy, can I? So I think it might have to be Maddison's time to leave. Boo. After this week, he plays Chelsea, Wolves, and Man City, so I think he'll be playing all of those games in another FPL team and not mine. But now, all of the options I could change him to. But I don't have any money in the bank, so only downwards. But, you notice, I don't have any West Ham players. And I know their 2 games are against Liverpool, where that's probably a blank anyway, and then against Leicester, who could blow them out the water. But you know what? I think I'm going to go for it. A West Ham midfielder might blank in both games, but without any cards, and if they play, that's at least 4 appearance points right there. But if they do go and score, then all of the differential points, and they all have like the highest ceilings of the week with double chance of something happening. But now, out of the West Ham midfielders, we have Noble on penalties, Snodgrass on set pieces, or even Lanzini as that attacking midfielder. Now, you might think getting in one of these is kind of a ballsy and pointless move, which, you know what, it probably is, but, like, all of their midfielders are only owned by, like, 1% of people, and then they play Brighton at home next, so you don't even have to get rid of them straight away. So I'm just thinking, why not take that chance? Imagine if it goes super well, and how good that will feel when you get all of the points that nobody else does. And I'm feeling so confident something might happen, that I'm going to triple captain Snodgrass. Okay, that's a lie, I'm not going to do that, but I think I might be getting him in. But I need to perform my expert analysis to see what West Ham player I do get in, but I generally think I'm going to do one for Maddison, ready for the double game week. Finally, moving on with Grealish at home to Watford. Grealish has been very good this season, but especially rather good lately. But can he do it against Troy Deeney? That is a real question. Of course he can. Or will he? We'll have to see. Then moving on to the attack, which looked like the perfect trio going into last week, and nope. Vardy, you can redeem yourself if you want to by scoring like 5 goals this week. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. Their last game against West Ham was the day he went into labour. That's right, Jamie Vardy himself had a baby. So this time, he's going to make all the West Ham defence cry, or even just let their midfielders score if you want, because I'll have them, thank you. Then we have Raul the boy Jimenez. Remember last week when I said, no, I'm not selling him yet, keeping the faith, and it returned. They just played well against the better and high-intensity team, so I knew he could get something, and something he got indeed. But maybe he can get something again against Liverpool at home. But you know what? I probably would rather you not, because I kind of want to keep my double clean sheet, but unfortunately, I don't think you'll listen to me. So you do you, and score if you want. Then finishing it up with Danny, get him out my team Ings. A whole 1 game without scoring. Terrible. Sell him now. But Crystal Palace away. You can score if you want, like you did against them like 4 weeks ago, so that's fine. But this is how my team is looking for the double game week 24. Well, Madison is probably Snodgrass in disguise, but that's not confirmed. Oh, wait. I forgot. One more. Oh, Mane, Sadio, the absolute boy. So I didn't think I would do this game week, and I've only made this decision today, but I can confirm that Sadio Mane will be my triple captain for the double game week. Way! Now, I was going to save it, but listen to what I'm about to say, and you might even join me. So this Liverpool team has never won the Premier League. Hey, before they won the Champions League not so long ago, Swansea had even won a trophy more recently than them. Upper Jacks. But this Liverpool team desperately need this title. These players will not only go down in history for a while, but forever for Liverpool as the first to win the Premier League. If you watched Liverpool recently, the intensity, the desire in everything is the highest I've genuinely seen in a football team ever playing. And because of that, I don't think we will ever see a team dominate and be motivated more than this current Liverpool team to get their first ever Premier League. Now you might say, but Nathan, they play Wolves and West Ham both away. Not easy games, right? But that is where you're going wrong. Every game is currently an easy game for Liverpool right now. Not only have they been peak all season, but they're currently playing the best they have all season right now. 7 clean sheets in a row, scoring all the goals, and they're just unbeatable. Or even if they're not and they do lose one of the games, they have another game to make up for it. But now, the main question, why Mane? Now, I was very tempted by Trent. Like, I can see probably at least 1 clean sheet here and all of the assists maybe, but Mane. Now, I'm not one to follow the stat of a player performing better at home versus away, but Mane has scored more away, which both of the games are. He is Liverpool's top goal scorer of the season, and he's actually only had 3 less FPL assists than Trent. And he actually looks like scoring in every game. But there's also something else. Liverpool's last game against Wolves ended 1-0. Mane was the only scorer. The time before that they played Wolves ended 2-0. Mane scored both of the goals. Liverpool's last game against West Ham finished 1-1. Mane scored. And the time before that, it ended 4-0. Mane scoring 2 goals. The form is there, the history is there, Mane is there, which is exactly why Salah will probably end up scoring more. But come on, all of that is kind of very convincing, isn't it? Oh yeah, and he is owned by like 40% of players, which will probably be up a lot more as well. And I imagine that just from captains and triple captains, his like effective overall could be close to 200%. So if he does score a lot and you captain someone else, that's a lot of people getting those points. Now, if you have already played your triple captain or want to save it, that is obviously fine. No, you have to use it now. No, it's fine. But at least captain Mane, unless you really think he is going to blank, which I don't think he's going to. Wow, that was long. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk sponsored by Sadio Mane. But I am triple captaining Sadio Mane. But here are some quick extra tips I will give to you for the double game week. At least have or try and get 3 Liverpool players. Even if you take a hit, if they play both games, then that's all the points back already, so it's worth it. And then they even have an amazing run afterwards, so they'll definitely make up for it, and they'll probably all already score in this game week as well. I suggest a triple captain, or at least captain Mane, but definitely put a captain on a Liverpool player. And why not join me and take a punt on a West Ham player as well? Why not? 2 games means double the chance, even if it is bad fixtures. All of them are differentials. Like, you know what? Jimenez to Haller is actually really tempting too, but I don't think I'll do that. If you don't have the team or facilities to get the most out of Liverpool, then free hit or even a wildcard are decent options as well. But just keep in mind there will be more blank and double game weeks, so it's not the end of the world if you don't play a chip. But remember, you can't play 2 chips at once, so if you wildcard or free hit, you can triple captain at the same time. But most importantly, my biggest tip, have some fun. I personally won't be unsupporting the Liverpool players I don't have or didn't captain. Like, if Salah scores, good job to him. I'm not going to unsupport him. I'm just going to have fun. But lastly, enjoy Mane's double hat-trick. So thanks for watching, and remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now.